Hello, I'm Dr. Vanita Rattan. I'm a doctor, but I'm also a cosmetic formulator specifically for skin of colour. So today's video is all about antioxidants and the baddies, i.e. free radicals. Free radicals are probably one of the worst things for our skin. It leads to aging, premature aging, it leads to hyperpigmentation, and of course inflammation. So today's video we are going to be discussing what are free radicals, how they form, what we should be doing to prevent them and mop them up. And also which products are specific for skin of colour. So as you know, skin of colour is different to Caucasian skin. Our melanocytes are larger and they are easier to trigger. Those are cells that produce the pigment melanin. So like I always say, one scratch, one bite or one burn and we hyperpigment. This doesn't happen to Caucasian skin. So we have to be a lot more careful with our skin. In addition, free radicals, meaning leading to hyperpigmentation, is something that we should be aware of. And we really should be using antioxidants from a young age. I would really be saying from your early 20s onwards, which is when you start to break down collagen. Now, antioxidants can be consumed orally. So for example, I make my own marine collagen drink every morning, and in there I make sure I put antioxidants. I put in vitamin C, I put in vitamin E, because you want to be consuming antioxidants. But also on my skincare, for example, this is my antioxidant power serum, which I apply every night. This is topically applied too. So you can take it internally and also apply it to the skin. Now, if you don't know, I am in the comment section for 1 hour at the launch of every single YouTube video. So make sure you subscribe, you hit that notification bell so you're here to ask me your questions. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. I've got 2 accounts, Dr. Vanita Rattan and Skincare by Dr. V. Also on TikTok, Dr. Vanita Rattan. And we have a beautiful private Facebook group, which is such a safe space to talk about your skincare issues, upload your photos. There are thousands of us in this group that are just ready to help. So that's called Dr. V Sock Family. So if you're not part of that group yet, please do join. This is our global skin of color family. Right, let's dive into antioxidants. So first of all, what are free radicals and what causes them? So free radicals are caused by assault from UV radiation, from pollution, from cold air, from smoking, from stress, i.e. all the things that are bad for your skin. And so what happens is your molecules in your skin are happy. They are stable. They've got all their electrons and they are chilling. As soon as one of these triggers basically knocks an electron out of the molecule, that molecule goes berserk. It wreaks havoc on the skin. It is the enemy of your skin, and it will steal an electron from another molecule in your skin. And this will then create a chain reaction, which damages your skin cells and leads to premature aging. It's the single worst thing that can happen on a daily basis to our skin, which you start to see the effects quite early. So when you have a mob of these angry free radicals in the skin, it leads to an oxidative stress. That's what that means. And oxidative stress basically means that you are breaking down your collagen, your elastin. It leads to wrinkles. It leads to inflammation and also damages the DNA. I think the easiest way to think about it is if you have a group of children who are all very happy and they've all got their ice cream cones and they're, having fun in the playground, and then one of them knocks their ice cream cone out of their hand and they start crying, and then they start trying to steal other kids' ice creams, and then you have an angry mob and now your playground is destroyed. This is the way to think about free radicals. There is, however, good news. There are something called antioxidants that mop up these free radicals. And it's a little bit like the ice cream vendor that comes out and starts handing out ice cream to the children to stabilize everyone, to calm everybody down, and take you back to being in a neutral situation. So how exactly do antioxidants work? So their 2 main benefits are anti-aging and brightening of the skin. There are different antioxidants and they also have additional co-benefits. I'll go through that in a second. But the key things really is that it prevents collagen breakdown, so it's anti-aging. It stimulates collagen production. It mops up free radicals, so it creates a healing environment for the skin too. In addition, by mopping up free radicals, you're preventing your melanocytes from being triggered. Those are cells producing the pigment melanin. So with skin of color, the key is always going to be to keep the skin as calm as possible, reduce any chance of inflammation or irritation to the skin, which can happen from skincare products even, not just UV rays, but normal cosmetics that you're buying thinking you're improving your skin, but actually just damaging your skin barrier, leading to free radicals, stimulating your melanocytes. So there are many benefits to using antioxidants. So how long does it take to start seeing results? Antioxidants work slowly. What they're doing is they're slowly repairing damage that's happened, and they're reducing future damage that's taking place by free radicals forming in the skin. So really consistently, you want to use this every night for about 3 to 6 months for you to visibly see an improvement in your skin. Now, my favorite antioxidants I'm going to go through now, but they're not all equal and they have additional benefits, and sometimes the derivatives are better than the direct form. So let me go through them. Let's start off with the vitamin A family. This is a royalty for anti-aging. You should all be wearing a vitamin A form from 21 onwards. Starting off with retinol palmitate, which is my favorite to use daily. So for example, when I manufactured the antioxidant power serum for myself, I put in retinol palmitate because it's the least irritating, and I can wear it every day, and it's something I'm happy for you to use from 21 years old onwards. Retinol is the next one that everybody knows about. It is an alcohol and it can be irritating to the skin, which is why I recommend 0.5% or less. I do like the 0.3% one from Paula's Choice for skin of color. But my favorite form of vitamin A for skin of color is retinaldehyde. It's 11 times more effective than retinol, and it's non-irritating. The problem is it is extremely expensive, and a lot of you have asked me to reformulate the antioxidant power serum to put in retinaldehyde, but it is basically going to double the cost of the product. So right now I think this is about £17, £18. So it won't double, but it'll be about 60% more expensive. So if that's something you want me to do with our power antioxidant serum, can you write down below, you know, we want retinaldehyde and we're happy with the increased price? Because to be honest, I do everything that you ask me to do, and if you don't want me to do it, I'm not doing it. So it's a lot of extra work for me, but I'll do what you want me to do. So you just write it down below and I'll do that. Okay, the other ingredients I love, niacinamide is excellent. Today I've just filmed a whole video on niacinamide, so please do watch that. It's an updated video. It's great for skin barrier, it's great for anti-aging, sensitive skin, acne, because it controls your sebum too. The next one is vitamin C. Now vitamin C, the quick version of this is ascorbic acid can be too irritating for skin of color, so I wouldn't recommend a high dose of that. I prefer use tetrahexyldecylascorbate. It's the only fat-soluble version of vitamin C, which means it penetrates into the dermis to stimulate collagen. And I also love sodium ascorbate phosphate because it's non-irritating too. It's water-soluble and is basically works on the epidermis. So I like those two together in combination. The next ingredient is vitamin E. It's the most popular ingredient in the world for cosmetics, and for good reason. It's stable, it's non-irritating, it's an antioxidant, and it is easy to formulate with. It's cheap as well, which is basically why you're going to find it in everything. The next one I like is Resveratrol. The Ordinary does a very good Resveratrol. And then the next ingredient I love is coenzyme Q10, which is great for anti-aging. And again, is the one that I put into our antioxidant power serum. Now, the mistake that gets made when it comes to antioxidants is how it's formulated. Don't forget, antioxidants are unstable by nature. They oxidize in oxygen. So you want to, when you buy it, you need to make sure that it's an airless pump. If it's not an airless pump, if there's oxygen around your antioxidants, then you don't even know if it's effective. Number one. Number two, you want to formulate in a group. You don't just want a single antioxidant in here because you want multiple to stabilize it. As I said before, it's unstable. And there's no, green light that tells you whether the product works anymore or not. You have to make that educated choice yourself. Is it in combination? Is it in airless packaging? The other mistake that gets made is that people don't exfoliate their skin enough or exfoliate at all. So what I tend to recommend, so for example, this is our Exfoliate to Glow, and it's 5% lactic plus 5% mandelic for skin of color. But whichever exfoliator you decide to use is fine. but you need to know why you're doing it. The reason you're doing it is you want to remove the top layer of dead skin, so you've got better penetration of actives into the skin, plus you're removing that dead, dull look as well from the skin, so you get instant glow. If you don't exfoliate the skin, then that dead skin cells layer is going to prevent antioxidants from penetrating the skin, so you're not going to get maximum benefit. So I do recommend exfoliating once a day. I've done a whole video on chemical exfoliation versus physical exfoliation. Please do watch that if you're not sure about exfoliation, how to do it. The other mistake I see being made is that people think that they can go and buy an antioxidant serum and forget completely about sunscreen. The bottom line is, if you're not wearing your SPF 50, there is no point buying any expensive expensive skincare. Even my products, don't even bother. If you're not using your SPF 50, which is what's forming the free radicals in the first place, no amount of vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin E is going to save your skin. So your number one skincare purchase has to be your SPF 50. And I'm always going to recommend mineral sunscreen. So like we put into our Inzincable, I've done a whole video for you as well on mineral sunscreens, but mineral sunscreens basically are anti-inflammatory, which is really what we're looking for when it comes to skin of color. So my favorite antioxidant serums were actually quite difficult to find, considering my criteria is quite strict. Either it was a single antioxidant serum, or it had oxygen around it. It was in a pipette form. And wasn't in an airless pump, so it was actually really hard to find these ones. So these are my favorite, and as you know, none of my videos have ever been sponsored. They will never be sponsored. This is purely evidence-based information. Starting off with number one, which is their Paula's Choice antioxidant serum. It's £35. The next one is Skin Better Science Ultra Defense Serum, which is $155. I would say this is too expensive. I would never recommend, I recommend this product in terms of the ingredients and the product, but not the cost-benefit analysis of it, which is the second part of any decision you make with any purchase, not just skincare. But because there's so few on the market, I just had to basically show you everything that I would recommend that is available. The third one is Environ, which is £45. And the fourth is, of course, our Antioxidant Power Serum for skin of color, which is your retinol palmitate, your tetrahexyldecyl-ascorbate, vitamin E, and coenzyme Q10. And this one is actually £18, and the link for that is below too. When you're looking at the ingredients for antioxidant serums, make sure that they're NAVE safe, so they've got no denatured alcohol, which can dry the skin. We already have less ceramides than Caucasian skin, so we do not want denatured alcohol. No fragrance and no essential oils, because these things can lead to contact dermatitis, which leads to pigmentation in skin of color. So for example, I did like the SkinCeutical product, but it had great packaging, but then it had denatured alcohol in it, and it cost $153, and I'm never going to recommend something that's $153 for a serum when I know the cost of ingredients. So just in case you can't get access to the products I've recommended, I've hopefully explained enough for you to be able to read the ingredients and figure out whether it's worth your money or whether to sidestep. Don't forget to hit that notification bell and subscribe. I am in the box below, so for 1 hour at the launch of every single video. Do follow us on Instagram, TikTok. Do download our free guide for skin of color. I've updated it for this year, for 2022, so please do download it. And if you want to learn more about skincare or skin of color, do purchase your Skin Revolution from Amazon. This is a book that I wrote and published with HarperCollins. It's an incredible book. It's a reference book that I would want for our whole global skin of color family and for our children. I want our kids to be able to read this book, and I've made it so that a beginner can read it, and also it's great for doctors too. So I've tried to cover the entire spectrum and age group and pathology to make sure we are fully covered. And so that we are spending our money wisely. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.